Hello, back for round two. Let's talk a little bit about this week, do my little week diary. So once more, it's been quite a tumultuous week. I think I need to have a little bit more downtime next week. I suppose I had quite a lot of downtime, but just feels like so much shit going on in my life. Okay, where to begin? So, work has actually been really busy. I can't believe that I actually haven't taken any holiday this month, because it feels like... Anyway, so the interesting things that have happened. My writing has been really good. I've been doing some really cool stuff. I wrote a bit on nutrition, my kind of health profile, and in relation to that I had a nutrition consultation with David Nassim, who's a guy I really, really respect and I'd like to actually chat with more, who's really rooted in the Tao, Taoism, which is really the ingredient in Buddhism that resonates most strongly with me. He's a guy who I could really see myself learning a lot from, and opening up to, in fact. So I'm going to get back in touch with him. That's definitely something I'm going to do in the next couple of days. I've got a bunch of questions for him. On that theme, I suppose, in nutrition, I've been open to exploring different types of nutrition than just like standard Western studies and all that kind of stuff. The more I look at things, I think the more I see, or the more that I come around to believing that actually people who look at reality directly through meditation, etc., I think often have a better understanding of it than than just studies. I think studies are cumbersome, slow, prone to bias, quite limited. I mean, they're useful for lots of things, but I think for people's overall functioning and well-being, I don't think that just basing your actions off numbers and formulae is a good way of doing things. Well, it's an okay way of doing things, but it's not. There's so much more to it than that. So much more to it. So nutrition-wise, moving forward next week, I'm going to be implementing some of David's suggestions in terms of food. I'll keep you posted there. I'm very interested to see how that goes. I'm also going to be going a little bit more strictly ketogenic. I've been vaguely keto for the past few months, but haven't really been, taking my urine samples to check for ketones, and I haven't been, checking how many grams of carbs I have, etc., etc. So in reality, I probably haven't been too far into ketosis lots of the time. There's a guy who lives here with me called Seb, who is diabetic, so he's really, really full on, and he really goes full on keto. And I had an interesting conversation with him this week where he basically was like, "You're a fucking pussy, you're not doing keto properly, do it properly, you little bitch." He didn't say it in those words at all, but I thought, you're in some ways you're right. I'd like to see what it's really like. So we'll go with that. That's one prong for next week. What else happened this week? Had a great Alexander technique lesson with John again. Guy I had a lesson with last week. He's quite a wizard. In other news, I had a wonderful dance on Thursday with some friends and Stephanie, who's a new lady on the block who is pretty darn cool, actually. I'm a fan. So there's a little spice in my life at the moment, I must say. So that kind of side of me is opening up. I also discovered that the retreat that I was going to go on next week, which is a retreat in the Isle of Wight by my friend Laura, it was going to be on the theme of intimacy. I'm not going to go to that anymore. Basically because it's going to be an all-girls retreat and I'm not really a girl. So next week I've got some holiday free, and so I'm going to pursue my backup plan, which is actually really what I wanted to do all along, which was to go and spend some time alone in the wild. Yeah, really sad. I feel like I've done quite a lot of crazy stuff recently. This is somewhat crazy, but grounded as well. Spending time in nature. Just know. Yeah, it'd be nice. So that kind of came together. And then, of course, this weekend I did my solitary confinement, sort of 48 hours, or 36 hours-ish with no food, which was fascinating. And I talked about that in the previous video. It's a really interesting meditation, grounded myself, shook off a lot of the week's tiredness, although I then added to that a lot by staying up really late last night. And then today I've just done, I did Cambo today, and then I did a double float. I really went for it today. Cambo seems to have taken it out of me. Cambo being, for those of you who haven't watched the previous video from last week, is a frog venom which basically makes you vomit up loads of shit. And and I vomited up in a nice amount of bile today. Feels like a nice purgative process. Let's see. I'm interested to see how I feel tomorrow. So I'm definitely due a little bit of sleep. So next week, Wagwan, I've only got 3 days of work. Oh, sweet. So, and then I'm going to go into the wild. The plan for the wild is to go to the Lake District. I think the Lake District's like a wild camp there. But Monday to Wednesday, I guess, it's time to... What is it time to do? I want to write my nutrition write-up, my analysis of my own health. And then to write that into an article. Actually, while I'm there, I should talk briefly. Why am I talking about it here? Why not? I've started. How I'm just going to store these articles that I'm going to post on my website. So at the moment, they're just going into my diary, into my Dropbox account. I think that's fine, because then I can pick them out, just copy and paste them from Dropbox as normal, because I want it to be in my diary anyway. Okay, thank you. You probably didn't, you, fictional audience, who probably doesn't exist, probably didn't understand that. But anyway, as you can tell by my tone, I am somewhat lacking in beans and vitality. So I'm going to head in the direction of bed. Good night.